right, here we go. Hi, everybody. So my name is Heather Leonard, and I am the owner of Can You Cure Cancer? And if you have joined me because of grief, don't go anywhere because I'll explain more about that, but you are in the right place as well. So just bear with me. There's gonna be a lot of ums and awkward silences as I think here. This was not a planned video in any way. This is actually my first. So it'll probably get edited someday and be a lot better. But for now, I just wanted to start with talking about why I decided to do this, how I ended up here, my story, and just give you a little bit of information about the site itself so that you can get the most out of it. So in September of 2019, my husband had headaches and they had progressed to pretty severe migraines. And at my brother's request, and I had been requesting, but he had been ignoring, he finally decided I need to get an MRI. And we saw 3 brain tumors. It just started a spiral of complete chaos and terror. If you're here because of cancer, I don't have to explain this to you. You know all too well just what happens in those moments. It was panic, fear, the past sort of flashed before us, as did what was going to happen in the future. And we had no idea what we were doing. I'm just going to apologize right now because the snoring you hear in the background is actually my dog Stitch. He's a French bulldog, so he snores a lot. He's actually a part of this journey with me, and I'll explain that more after too. So just to fast forward, our cancer fight was pretty vicious for about 1.5 years before my husband passed away. He had something, it's a rare cancer called primary central nervous system melanoma. Basically all that means is he had a skin cancer, but he had no skin cancer lesions. He actually ended up with skin cancer on his brain and spine with no known reason as to how it got there. I know some of you probably have been through something similar in terms of just confusion amongst doctors when it came to your diagnosis. I hear that a lot from people, that they too didn't really know what was going on at first. They couldn't quite get an exact diagnosis. What I do know is that the cancer world is changing nonstop. The way they diagnose is changing nonstop, and it's really overwhelming. I have my doctorate in physical therapy, but I do not claim to be a cancer doctor. It is not my field, but what I do know is the practitioner-patient relationship from both sides. So I have been the one that's having the tough conversations with the patient and trying to put things in layman's terms and make a process easier for people as the doctor in the room. And I've also been on the other side of the table, being the absolutely terrified wife of somebody with cancer. So I just thought that by coming up with a website that could help people navigate it all, I might be a really good person to be able to help with that, because I knew enough to know enough. I guess that's about it. I knew the right questions to ask, but then I myself spent hours at night on the internet trying to find out what that meant. They would give me explanations in the office, but I really just had to put it all to memory and then get home and look it all up myself and try to understand. Immunotherapy was still kind of a newer thing when we started, newer for us anyway. And, we're just trying to figure out what were our options and who needed to be a part of our team. How do we find doctors? Are we getting good enough care, or do we need to be going into big cities with bigger, well-known hospitals? Things like, medication side effects, and what natural options are there. I am a big proponent of anything that mixes sort of Eastern and Western medicine. I feel like there's something in the middle there. It's not necessarily all one or all the other, but if you can find the perfect blend, I just think mind, body, and spirit all play into our health and wellness. So for me, I wanted to find any natural solution I could. I kept thinking maybe in some far off island there was already a cure to cancer and we just didn't know about it. And if I could just get my hands on some tea or herbal remedy, or, you know, I was trying to single-handedly cure cancer every night. And it was exhausting and it didn't turn out the way we had hoped. Obviously, we wanted him to kick cancer's ass, excuse my language, but it didn't end up panning out that way. In the end, he did pass away, but we learned a lot, and I don't want it to die with him. I want it to help somebody else, and I want it to save you time with your loved one or yourself on this earth with your people. So I'm hoping that instead of spending your nights researching on the internet like I did, you might just be able to pop onto my site and see it all in one place. So to go to the grief side of things, obviously when my husband passed, just being a 41-year-old mother of two, I was completely overwhelmed. But I found my way through that too. And here I am now, probably 7 months later, and I'm upright. I put makeup on today for you guys, not much, but I did brush my hair and I put on real clothes, and I'm sitting here doing this. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I think that there's strength in numbers and support. So, you know, if we go at it together, I think that it's just an easier way to manage. And I found a few things that really worked for me to sort of get me out of those really dark spirals, and I'd love to pass all that on. I've also figured out that it is a nightmare. I mean, if you ever have a parent going through this, or a friend, or there's just no handbook. It's just like childbirth where there should be, but there's not. And so many things come at you between credit cards and 401ks and, you know, finding a will and funeral costs. And it's just like a mounting tornado. And for whatever reason, it does seem to sort of spiral out of control. And maybe it's our mindset when we're grieving already that we're not prepared for what's to come. But I learned a lot, and I'd love to pass that on too, and just fight the fight with you. So back to my dog Stitch. There's something called Stitch's Corner, or it also says positivity and gratitude on the site. Basically what that is you cannot go at this with a bad attitude. I mean, I wear a smile, and I do that for you, not for me, because truth be told, I'm pretty much screaming on the inside every day right now still. But my dog has helped me, and my kids absolutely help me. And there's something that can help everybody, and it's just finding your thing. But it's hard to look at a French bulldog and not smile. They're silly, goofy, and just ridiculous. But I'm hoping, I use Stitch for it, but it's not always about Stitch. But I do bring some fun and light. At first, it was just going to be little one sentence blurbs on, you know, just a little positivity comment of the day kind of thing. And then as I started going at it, I started just blogging. So they're like little mini short blogs that are, you know, sort of a lesson I learned or something I could share, or about just looking at life through a different perspective. Just trying to spin your day around. Sometimes when you're in a really dark place, it's nice to just have a quick place to go and read something that can maybe just turn it around for you, feel like someone's in your corner. And I am. So I'm here to help, and hopefully you'll find my site easy to navigate. If you don't, just comment, let me know. I'm a real person and I want to get to know you. I hope you follow me on this journey by subscribing. You can just get stuff I'll send out, like whenever I have a new blog or whatever. I'll just send something into your email saying, hey, guess what? I wrote a new blog. It's on whatever. If you want to check it out, you can. And if not, you can just delete. Obviously, you can unsubscribe at any time too if you're just sick of hearing from me, or it's not helping you out, or on two different pages, or any other reason at all. But that way you can get my freebies too. When you subscribe, I send out freebies, and they're anything from like a checklist to bring to your doctor's office, questions to ask, the grieving handbook that I wish I had, you know, all of the things that you don't want to forget. It's like a checklist, so as you go, you can cross things off, which feels really good. And yeah, anything else, I'll let you know when my book comes out, which is hopefully soon, and my course. I'm hoping to launch a couple of courses that are just all of the stuff you need to avoid. It's like 100 things that I learned that it's cancer promoting garbage that you got to get out of your life. And then on the flip side, it's what do you replace that with? I've taken everything away that you love and enjoy. Like, what the heck? What am I supposed to do now? What do I eat? What do I drink? You know, how can I make my environment so I can still, you know, have my Wi-Fi or whatever? all of those things. So I still want to help you find a way to live and find things that you just love. And there's zero reason why you should be going through, difficulties with just finding a way to exist and be happy. So I don't want to just strip everything down. A lot of the times people talk about what to take away and all these cancer causing things, but they don't talk about what to replace it with and, how to bring healthy things into your life. So it's not just about what to take away, but then what to add in and still love life. So yeah, I'm starting to ramble. So I know that's when it's time for me to shut off, and hopefully this helps. It is helping me to talk to you. So if nothing else, I'm giving myself a little therapy here, but I'm hoping that doing this journey with you, that together we can just start kicking cancer's butt in a big way. And I think there's strength in numbers. So I hope to get a lot of subscribers. Tell your friends and family. If you have anybody grieving, it doesn't have to be about cancer. The grief side of things, I'm gonna have a support group, like a Facebook group that we can just all talk about what we're going through. There'll be all kinds of things on there for it. I don't get cancer specific on that side. And then on the cancer side of things, I think everybody knows somebody fighting the fight of cancer. So pass it along to them and just have them check it out. I'll go through all kinds of different things. So even if they check it one day and say, oh yeah, I don't really need help with that, they should keep checking in because, I'll be interviewing doctors. I'll be having all kinds of different things that I throw into the mix that maybe later will be something that will help them out, or they might later on have a treatment suggested to them that they don't know anything about, and maybe there's something on there that I can help with too. If they leave comments in the comment section, or if you do, I always check those and I will try to get back to everybody. And so if there's something specific you want me to blog on that I haven't spoke on yet, then just give me a heads up. I'd love to do that. So that's it for now. And I guess I'll see you on my website, hopefully. All right, take care. Thank you.